We all recognize these faces. They've been printed on US dollars for over a century, from $1 to $10,000. But we've never really seen what they look like in real life. In this video, I've reconstructed every one of them and brought them to life. The $1 bill, the most common and the most iconic. And on it, the first president of the United States, George Washington. A commander who led the colonies to victory against the British Empire. A man who refused to be king and instead shaped the presidency itself. He set the precedent for every president that followed and left office after 2 terms, by choice. What many don't know, he had no biological children, and his famous false teeth. They weren't made of wood, but of ivory, gold, and even teeth from other humans. The $2 bill, rare to see, but hard to forget. It features the 3rd President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence, and a visionary who believed in liberty, states' rights, and the power of ideas. He doubled the size of the nation through the Louisiana Purchase and founded the University of Virginia with his own hand-drawn plans. But behind the ideals was a contradiction. Jefferson owned hundreds of slaves, even as he wrote that all men are created equal. The $5 bill, and on it, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, a self-taught lawyer who rose from poverty and led the nation through the Civil War. He preserved the Union, issued the Emancipation Proclamation, and forever changed the course of American history. His words still echo, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people." Just days after victory, he was assassinated, becoming a martyr for the very nation he helped save. The $10 bill, and on it, a man who was never president, but helped shape the nation more than most who were. Alexander Hamilton, revolutionary soldier, first Secretary of the Treasury, architect of America's financial system. He founded the National Bank, strengthened federal power, and helped write the Federalist Papers. But ambition made enemies, and in 1804, he was killed in a duel by Aaron Burr. The $20 bill, and on it, the 7th President of the United States, Andrew Jackson. A fiery general and national war hero, remembered for his stunning victory at the Battle of New Orleans during the War of 1812. Jackson rose from poverty, built his image as a champion of the common man, and redefined the power of the presidency. He dismantled the National Bank, reshaped the Democratic Party, and ushered in a new era of populist politics. But his legacy remains controversial, especially for his role in the Indian Removal Act, which led to the forced relocation of thousands of Native Americans along the Trail of Tears. The $50 bill, and on it, the 18th President of the United States, Ulysses S Grant, a quiet, steady figure, and the Union's top general during the Civil War. Grant led the North to victory over the Confederacy, accepting Lee's surrender at Appomattox. His leadership was marked by determination, calm under pressure, and a refusal to retreat. After the war, he was elected president twice. His administration worked to stabilize the country and enforce civil rights, but it was also troubled by corruption scandals. Grant remains a symbol of strength in crisis and loyalty to the idea of a united nation. The $100 bill, the most widely recognized and widely held U.S. currency in the world. And on it, Benjamin Franklin, not a president, but one of the most important minds in American history. Inventor, writer, diplomat. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence, secured France's support, and signed the Constitution. Franklin stood for reason, self-education, and service to the public good. More than a face on a bill, he remains a symbol of American ingenuity. The $500 bill, and on it, the 25th President of the United States, William McKinley, a quiet, disciplined leader who guided the country through a time of economic recovery and war. He led the U.S. to victory in the Spanish-American War, annexed new territories, and presided over a period of rapid growth. Re-elected in 1900, McKinley's presidency was cut short. He was assassinated just months into his second term. Today, he's remembered for his calm leadership, steady hand, and belief in national strength through unity. The $1,000 bill, and on it, Grover Cleveland, the only U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. A leader known for honesty and independence, he vetoed more bills than any president before him, and earned a reputation as a fighter against corruption. Cleveland believed the government should stay small, and the Constitution should speak louder than politics. He also holds a quiet historical footnote. He personally answered the White House phone when it first rang in 1887, a conservative Democrat and a firm believer in keeping promises. The $5,000 bill, rare, legendary, and bearing the image of James Madison. Author of the Constitution, co-author of the Federalist Papers, the quiet strategist behind America's foundation. As the 4th president, Madison led the country through the War of 1812, defending the young republic against its greatest threat since independence. He believed deeply in a government constrained by law, yet bold enough to defend liberty. And though he stood barely 5 feet tall, his influence towers over U.S. history and still lives on, quietly, in one of its rarest banknotes. The $10,000 bill, the highest denomination ever publicly circulated in U.S. history. And on it, Salmon P. Chase, a man most Americans have never heard of, yet he changed the way they use money. As Secretary of the Treasury during the Civil War, Chase helped create the first paper currency and laid the foundation for the modern banking system. He even placed his own face on the original $1 bill, a bold move, even by 19th century standards. Later, he became Chief Justice of the United States, presiding over some of the nation's most consequential decisions. And yet today, most people only see his legacy printed on a note they have never held.